Make a U-turn. In 1,000 feet, slide left, take the next left, sharp left, turn right on, continue on, in a quarter mile, at the light, in 600 feet, turn right on.
You have reached your destination.
Yep. So I've got one of the first fenders off, and I'm stripping the back of it. Here's the other one. That is the left one. This is the right one. And what you're looking at in red is not rust. It's actually the paint off of whatever paint job this thing took. So I don't see a whole lot of evidence of a thick white coat like the doors had. But again, that there is red paint. I'm going to take a second pass at this in a little while and get off more. And then I'm going to end up just etching it and or just priming it as is, because this is not rust. This is discoloration from the stuff that's being taken off. Take a look from this other side. There is some rust up in here, but again, once I etch it, it's going to be eaten up and gone anyway, right? I have a little bit still left to do up in there. That's probably easier to take off with the stripper. It's I'm going to try here on the rest of the car. But whatever this is was, quite frankly, a bitch to take down. I don't know if that's enamel or what, but whoever put that on there meant it as a protectant. Okay, same thing for the rest of the car here. I might as well take that thing down. Don't need that anymore. And as a protectant, god damn it, I'm gonna pause. Anyhow, as a protectant, this stuff is pretty good. I mean, you want it to be thick and you want it to be sturdy and withstand moisture and everything else. However, there's a danger in leaving it there. Right, there's a danger in leaving this red here, and there's a danger of not taking the entire thing down to bare metal, and that is, you don't know what you're getting until you get it, right? Here, that in there is evidence of rust. That got painted over, yeah. I'll get a screwdriver, hang on a sec. Anyhow, evidence of rust. There's a good bubble that just came out. Oops, see that? Rust. And more. So, all of this will easily grind out and come off, but without taking the entire thing down to bare metal, you just don't know what you're getting, right? And in these areas, especially up in the wheel wells, you really don't know what you're getting. God, I don't want to. When I did my Roadster, 9-10 months? I don't know how long it took me to strip everything. I'd pick a weekend and I'd just get at it. And then I'd get the drill and I'd get at it. And then I'd get the next thing down and just get at it. This here took me maybe an hour. And listening to an audiobook and doing this is pleasant to me. But after a while, god damn, my back aches and everything else. So I do have some stripper I'm going to try on this stuff. Some stuff I got from the MGEXP folks. We'll see how that works out. If it works out, then I'm going to stick with it and do it the easy way. Except for the rust. I don't think it eats rust. But so I'm going to finish this. I'm done with this. Well, I'm not done with it. I got a few things I still want to do to it, but once I'm done with that, I'm done with it, and I'll go on to the next one. The rear part, the fenders, I've got to take down with mechanical removal, because potential of rust and other shit that's back in there that just doesn't get taken down by other stuff like this. Right? So there we go. Yeah. And I don't want to completely just do nothing but stripping. So I'm going to do something I like to do, which is fabricating and doing auto box solutions. So I'm going to take this piece, which is, what is this? 18 1/8 by 1/2 by 1 by 3 feet. No idea what gauge that is, but as you can see, it's pretty thick stuff. I'm going to cut this up into chunks and use that as a means of attaching to the body some of this rope I've got. I bought the stuff that's rated for 700 pounds or some shit like that. The body is 250 or 270. It's not much, so I'm not worried about that. I just need a way to lift the entire body off at once using a chain fall or a winch. And I've got a winch. You can kind of see it up in, well, you can see it. There's the orange thing. And it's electric, so that's going to enable me to pull it up, put it down, etc., with ease. And that's exactly what I want to do. So, whoops. God dang, I need to watch what I'm doing. Sorry about that. Okay, so I've made 2 of these. One of them's over here. I'll show you that in a sec. But my intent, using normal bolt, that goes there, screws into one of the bolt holes on the car, and I'll keep it loose enough where it can swing back and forth, and through this, and on the other one, a loop of rope. I'll show you what I've already done here, which I'm gonna redo. Is this right? That's not just tape. I mean, I've sewn this with a bunch of stuff and other like fishing wire. Fishing wire. I'll pause and show you. This. Okay, so this isn't just a couple of wraps around. I've sewn this through and around and through again, on and on and on. I'm going to undo this, loop it through that that holder, and then redo it. And again, you're not looking at just a couple of loops around. It's sewn throughout. So if nothing else, I'm a good sewer. And given how light that body actually is, I'm not actually too awfully worried about this stuff giving loose or breaking loose. I've done this before on, where is it? I don't know where it is now, but I've got a, maybe I do know where it is. Anyway, I've done this before, and I used this to good effect on engine removal, actually, with my MG prior to. So not this one here, but something similar. You'll see it when I'm done. Here's the first one done. I'm using 20-pound line here, and I've got this pierced more times than you can actually see. So before anyone freaks the fuck out, oh my god, it's gonna burst. No, it's not. So don't even start. Once I'm done with the other side, well, I might as well do this now, but I'm gonna run this up in electrical tape so it looks nice. Then I'll do the other side. Well, I'm done, and you can see that I've got it fastened to the car in 2 spots, one there and one over there. I intend, like I say, maybe this was too short, too long. Well, that's fixable too, but just tie a knot there. I've got a couple of D-rings I also bought at the hardware store. Let me show you those if I can find them. These things, not D-rings, but these suckers. Right, and they're rated at, I think it was 400 pounds a piece or some such. God damn, I'm dirty. Which would then go, to that sucker, right? So I'm thinking this is too long, but that's, like I say, fixable. Let's tie a knot. Whoops. Like here. Or I leave it as is, and doing the same thing for the rear. Have this roughly as a center. Whoops. This roughly as the center where the ropes would go, hook into each other, right? So I am celebrating my genius. You may as well. I still have 2 more of these things to make. I'll do that tomorrow, and I'll probably hook those in here, here, or somewhere thereabouts. Yep. And like I say, tomorrow I'll do more on that puppy there. And here is the next one. This thing is going to have me in fits, I think, at some point. It's a little bit twisted. That's easy to fix, all that there. But what you're looking at is not rust. That's the remnants of the red paint. And that rimply-dimply stuff means there's been an accident or something. I'll show you more in a sec. All of this, very uneven, which means on the other side, someone did a lot of body work. Fuck. And there's this. That's popping off. I suppose I could weld it on there. And this front seam thing is also not in lovely shape. The rest of what you're looking at, the discoloration again is in some spots a little bit of red paint left, and in some spots where the sanding disc, the rotary disc, discolored the metal. Okay, that's where I got a brand new rotary disc, and I need to get some more paint off of there, but I'll get that later. Now, look at this. Now look for dots. There's a dot, there's a dot, there's one. All these down here, this one, this one, this one. On the other side, you can kind of see rust spots, and it'll be popping out there and there and there when I strip this side too, as well as right there, and some right there. In other words, somebody had put a layer of Bondo on the back of this, and it was effective, but I don't know how long it would have held up under normal use. So once I strip this thing on the other side, I will have a better idea of how much is there, whether I'm going to cut out a bunch of metal and replace it, which I don't want to do, or replace it with, frankly, fiberglass on the inside. I am becoming lazy. Okay, I thought I had the super stripper that Rob put me onto. Hi Rob, but it's not here yet. Something else was arrived, and that's what it was. So apparently my super stripper is coming on like the 7th or something, and that's in 3 days from now, which is a Sunday. So I may save the super stripper for the body, and especially the roof, because I do not want to mess with mechanical removal of all of that. There's a lot of work there. Plus stuff on the inside. I'm kind of thinking about having this thing stripped by a sandblaster, a professional. Whether or not that's a good idea, I realize this is real thin metal, but I don't know. I guess we'll see. Anyway, some work still on this outer edge to do, but again, I'm going to wait until that stripper comes, and we'll see from there. I'm also giving thought to just taking off the red top coat, and not necessarily down to bare metal, because I'm lazy and my back hurts, and I just don't want to bend down and stand up and bend down again, and on and on and on and on. So, want to see this? This had a rainy day today, and it poured last night. This is my my Roadster parked outside while my Volvo gets no attention, and I've got this layer, plastic layer, in my tonneau cover, and it's gonna. I've already checked that it's sealing out water from the cockpit, so kind of neat looking actually. Back to this. So this red layer, stuff in here, looking toward the body, and its removal, it's going to be 2 months, 3 months. I mean, I'd like to be able to repaint sometime this summer, but that puts me on nothing but paint and rust removal and body work. The fact that this thing has so little rust on it does me a lot of happiness and a lot of favors because I don't need to do a lot of work that I did for that Roadster. I mean, this thing is such a great candidate for an easy restoration. That's easy. That's easy. Hopefully, once I take the body off of this thing and inspect the frame in depth, I will have a better understanding that this is or is not a good frame. If it's not a good frame, I'm going to make it a goddamn good frame because that's what I do. But yeah, so I'm going to. What I'm going to do? There's something I want to do with this. Oh yeah, I'm going to reweigh this. Give me a sec. Okay, it was 22.4 pounds unstripped and 21.6 pounds, so 0.8 pounds, 0.8 of a pound. I took off less than a pound of stuff. Probably take another pound off once I strip the rest of this. So I'll tell you, I've saved, I don't know, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 pounds maybe worth of rust and paint and stuff that'll be put back on. Yeah, well, there we go. I'm going to post this tonight and get to the rear fenders tomorrow or the next day, and then start the outer portions and the detailed work of this stuff. Once I get that damn stripper, I'm going to probably use that for the detailed work on this because that detail work is just tedious. And I got one more of those things to make. And that's done. Got a nice long one here, right? And I think I made this one too short, which is going to suck because I had it a couple things back. I may try to put it here, but as you can see, when these two are together, and assume that the hood's not there, there may be some unwanted stress on the roof. So, yeah, I may redo this one. Or, sewing this takes about a half an hour to 45 minutes each. I may just cut it in the middle and literally tie in a couple more things with some sailor's knots, because, you know, I'm a sailor and I know how to do knots, and move it back. Fuck it, that's what I'm going to do. I'm getting tired and achy in my older age. I just turned 21, and I don't want to fuck with stuff I don't need to fuck with for a one-time shot, you know what I'm saying? Yep, I'm sure you do. Okay, well, I have to go to bed, post this, shower, something.